welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm super excited to make another exciting video for you guys. My heart is gladdened, I'm popping, as always. And I'm back with another exciting video, and I'm sure you really love this one. So if you're new here, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. This is Chit Chat with Joy. We talk about everything. So guys, if you're new here, like I said, you're welcome. Subscribe, join the family, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I see your love, I see your support. We're talking about something very interesting today. Actually, I'll be doing a movie review. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but if you've not seen it, you should probably go and see the movie. We'll be reviewing the movie Prophet Suddenly by the Winlows. I'm sure we all know the Winlows. They are our faves. We love them, so you should definitely go and see the movie if you've not seen it. I'll be doing the review, so if it's something you'd like to watch, if it's something you'd like to see, I'm talking about the lessons I learned from this video, make sure you stick around till the end of this video. So guys, like I said, the title of this movie is Prophet Suddenly, and when I first saw the movie, or the adverts, or the trailer rather, I was like, Prophet Suddenly. My mind began to read, and I'm like, what could this movie be all about? What came to my mind was, fake prophet, and this kind of generation that wants to get things sharp, and then he becomes a prophet, and he's not really sure, he did not really hear from God. That was what came to my mind. So we'll be talking about it. Like I said, if you've not seen the movie, you should go and see it and come back and watch this, guys. The movie is actually a really wonderful movie. It is educative, entertaining, and also informative. The movie is creating an awareness for us to be aware, for us to be informed, and to keep us at alert, because so many things are happening, especially in this our generation. You see false prophecies, fake prophets, and some other things. I don't want to go into details, but we'll talk about it in this video. So one of the first lessons I learned while watching this movie, or while seeing this movie, is as a woman, you have to be a gate watcher. Joy, okay, the protagonist is Joy, and the protagonist also is Michael. They are both the Winlows. They basically acted the movie, husband and wife, and her name was Joy in that movie. She featured as Joy in that movie. So as a woman, you have to be the gate watcher, you have to be the gatekeeper of your family. And I did not see that in Joy. So okay, I was like, let me wait till the ending of this movie, or towards the end. I still want to see if she will take her stand as the body, I mean the neck of the family, and all that. But I did not see it. So one of the first lessons I've learned, or one of the first lessons I learned while seeing this movie, is that as a woman, you have to stand for your family. You have to take position. You have to be alarmed. Nothing comes into your family without your knowledge. So we see Joy, especially, I'll just fast forward, because if you've seen the movie, like I said, you will understand eventually. You see where she begins to have dreams about her husband sleeping with another woman, the strange signs and all that. She saw the signs, fine, I'm not disputing the fact, but her inability to take actions just made the family crumble. And even when she realized that her husband had failed, she left. And I'm like, why did you leave? Is it not supposed to be for better, for worse? Even when her son died, I didn't expect her to leave, but Joy decided to leave Michael, and But what I'm saying is that as a woman, you have to stand for your family. When she saw the signs, after telling her friend, she could have stood in gap in prayers, and God would have revealed something to her definitely, or whom she's supposed to meet, so they can talk about it and pray about it, or something like that, or the precautions to take. She did not do any of that. Even when she got to know that her husband had been sleeping with the church women or church girls, she did not do anything. Rather, she just, and the husband just sweet talked her, and she just accepted, and everything died there. So I feel like as a woman, you should take authority, take charge, especially when things are going sideways, things are not moving smoothly in your family. So that is one of the lessons I've learned in this movie. Second lesson I learned from this movie is communication and commitment. Actually, Michael was committed to Joy, but I feel like it wasn't fully committed because despite the peer pressure, let's leave the fact that his friend actually persuaded him into having an affair or into having a one night stand. If he had really been committed and he claimed he loved Joy, or he claims to love Joy, he wouldn't have slept with the woman he met on the street. That's the spirit woman now. Actually, the movie is quite funny because when he discovered he slept with a spirit being, he was running for his life. The woman that had this accident, he was running for his life. Like, so what I'm saying is that if he had communicated with Joy, I feel like things wouldn't have gone the way they went in the movie. Just my own opinion. If he had said, okay, if he had opened up that, babe, this is what happened, I had a one night stand with somebody and this is the effect and all that, they would have stood in gap in prayers. What is the essence of communication when you cannot communicate with your partner in bad times? Like, why? Is she only supposed to know about your desire for ministry, your work, and the little things you do? The woman self, like I said, she did not take a stand as a woman in the family. So that is one of the lessons I've learned. Learn to communicate, even though you've done something bad. If he had actually communicated, I feel like all these things wouldn't have happened. Is their son, their only son, wouldn't have died, John, and so many other events would have been avoided in the play, or in the movie rather, because this is not play, in the movie. The third lesson I've learned from this movie is not to keep bad company. Guys, you see that his friend I do say like this thing. You see that his friend, he played a very significant role to his downfall. His friend was he was the facilitator of all the events in this movie, because he had been advising him, and Michael was like, oh, I love my wife, I will not cheat and all that, because his wife had been starving him now. The poor man, he's not poor, I'm not justifying what he did actually, but I'm just saying, the poor man, he decided to just go with his friend advice, just a one night stand, so he can satisfy his sexual desires. So his friend actually played a very big role to his downfall. So don't keep bad company. Bad company can make you do the things you don't want to do. There are so many things as individuals that we don't have the intention of doing, but one way or the other they try to paint it and try to justify it, make it look good, make it look sweet, and it will just put you inside trouble last. So please avoid bad company. That is one of the lessons I learned actually. The thing I learned from this movie is the waiting season. This is like a very important lesson, because to be honest, it's not easy. Even as a believer, it's not easy. There will be a waiting season. Michael had actually gone into ministry before and it didn't work out. He failed, he did not have money. So his own idea was that, okay, I will gather up enough money to start up ministry again. It was like nothing was working. He was tired of his job, Sunday to Sunday. His wife would always complain and all that stuff. So there is always a waiting season in everyone's life, be it ministry, you are going into ministry or not, you are a student, whatever you are doing, you are working, there's always, whatever you want to achieve, there's always a waiting season. And that waiting season is the testing season, the trials. You face a lot of things. So Michael actually went through that season, but he did not endure till the end. I remember Apostle Osai Arome telling him towards the ending about the waiting season, how God tries to train a man in the waiting season. So I feel like Michael did not, or was not able to successfully start up the ministry at first because he needed to be trained. And the waiting season was actually God's way, the training ground, actually God's way of building him. So at the end of the day, the testimony didn't show because he failed, and he failed also to retrace his steps and actually do the needful, and just, he would have asked for forgiveness, and all that. He would have redeemed himself, told his wife the truth that, okay, babe, I slept with this person, had a one night stand, and everything would have been resolved. So there is always a waiting season in a man's life where a man just has to like wait on God. Like no matter what happens, don't lose yourself because of temptations, because of trials, because of difficulties, because they will eventually come. So the testimony is that, okay, I actually waited and God showed up. So that is a very, very significant lesson for me personally. And I feel like everybody should hold on to it. So no matter what you are going through, just make sure you hold on to God and see it as a waiting season, because it is definitely a waiting season. And when you wait, you have your testimony. Another lesson I learned from this movie is knowing and okay, discernment. I'll put it as discernment, but the breakdown of it is knowing fake prophets. I know say they know the right hand for faith, but it dey face if you check where you go see them. Knowing fake prophets and fake prophecies. So many people they turned out to be victims of Michael's prophecy, or let me say Prophet Suddenly's prophecies. That's like tautology. But they were victims. They call him Prophet Suddenly. How will you go to a church and if you see they are saying Prophet Suddenly, Prophet Suddenly, you will not be beating drums and everything is just wild. And just because this person says, there was a time they referred to him as Prophet Suddenly, so I'll be using Prophet Suddenly. If I refer to him as Prophet Suddenly, just know it's Michael also. There was a time he was actually in a service because he already had members, and he was like, who is Vivian? And the person will run out with her hands on her head, and she'll just run out and say, I'm the one who, and he'll be like, there's a well in your father's house. Those little details. It was the spirit being, the person he slept with, the person was like, your spirit is joined with me already, there's nothing you can do. So the person was actually feeding him with those knowledge, and he felt that he could genuinely do ministry with those things, not knowing that the wisdom he had was the wisdom of this world, and it cannot do ministry God's way. So it was actually a business and not kingdom business. It was a business and not kingdom business. So he would just give prophecies like that. He would say, there's a well in your village beside your father's compound and a tall tree and all that, and people would just fall for it. People would give him money, he would sleep with, So it was just a mess. So we have to be discerning as believers. That is one thing I hold also from this movie. We have to be discerning as believers. Not every prophecy is for you. Not every prophecy will come to pass. Not every prophecy is true. I know that there are some prophecies, but I believe that you are the first prophet of your life. Whatever you say, or nothing comes into your life without your permission. Even if a prophecy has gone ahead of you, you have the right as a believer to counter it. If there are good prophecies, pray about it. Let God show you. Genuinely ask that, God, what are you saying for my life? Is this really my own prophecy? So we have to be very discerning as believers, because believe me, there are so many fake prophets out there. So many fake prophets. And one thing I also see that Michael failed to do in this movie is to have a genuine father of faith, or a genuine, father in faith. He failed. He did not have a father in faith. I'm sure if he had a father in faith in the movie, right, like from the beginning, he would have been guided and he would not do some certain things. Believe me, So it was later he was trying to even buy it. Then Pastor Osai, I'm sure you know that Pastor Osai Arome also featured in the movie. He actually killed it. He did justice to his part. It was then he later met him, and Pastor Osai Arome began telling him to give his life to Christ and all that, but he kept on resisting and all that. But what I'm saying is that if he actually had a genuine, father in faith, he would have not been misguided. As believers also, this is also another lesson. We have to have fathers in faith. We have to have someone we are looking up to spiritually. I know nobody is perfect. We have to learn from their mistakes, and sometimes we just have to heed to their advice. We have to follow their footsteps and avoid the potholes that they have already fallen into. There are sometimes the devil will try to paint things, put things. In fact, do you know that woman quoted scriptures to tell you that the devil can even quote scriptures to make it look right, to justify it? Meanwhile, it is very, very wrong, or that is the pathway of destruction. You know when the Bible says there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. That was what happened to Prophet suddenly. That was what happened to Michael. So he was deceived by that woman. He was deceived, and he actually thought that the woman could give him much power to do ministry. Many times he would carry his phone and he would scroll through his phone, and he would look at Pastor Paul Enenche's photos, look at Bishop David Oyedepo's photos, look at Baba, that's Baba Iyi Adeboye's photos, and he would just be like, look at this shoe, it's just fine, look at the wristwatch and all that. It was just being deceived. So those things actually clouded his head. Guys, before I forget, thank you, Holy Spirit. One thing that just came to my mind is that in the midst of everything, your main reason for doing a particular thing is very important. So why did he want to do ministry? The fault or the problem with Michael is that he wanted to do ministry because of the wealth, because of the attention, the fame and all other things, except to the glory of God. Except to the glory of God. The main reason why we are doing a particular, I feel like we should all ask ourselves that question. If you feel like you want to go into the fashion world, if you feel like you want to, and you call yourself a believer, if you feel like you want to do ministry, you want to be a singer, gospel artist and all that, you should ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is it because of the fame? Is it because I want to educate people? Is it because of the attention? So I feel like Michael actually did those things because he wanted attention, he wanted power, he wanted money, he wanted fame. If you see the way Michael was changing in this movie, if you see the way he was changing in this movie, he went on shopping, he bought himself clothes, new shoes. I'm not saying you should not look good. Like I said in my last video, every money that comes into your hand is not entirely yours. God gives you so you can give to other people. I know, but what I'm saying in essence is that let your standard be God. Like if you are doing it, why are you doing it? Is it to the glory of God or you just want attention? So that was what stood out for me. The fact that Michael wanted attention and he wasn't really doing it from the bottom of his heart. He wanted the money, he wanted the fame. So ask yourself, why am I doing this? So Pastor Osai Arome said something to Michael towards the end of he was actually telling him, giving him advice and educating him. He said that when you do it not to the glory of God, it now becomes a business rather than kingdom business or your father's business. You now make it a business. So that was what led to Michael's downfall. He took it as a business and saw it as an avenue to make wealth, and I just like to get attention and to become prophet. Suddenly became a prophet overnight. Who would have thought Michael, a TV host or a TV presenter, will become a prophet suddenly? So let's know our do's, let's know our don'ts, let's know our whys. Very important. Why we want to engage in things we would like to engage in. And that being said, we've come to the concluding part of this video. It has been an exciting one, guys. I had so much fun talking about the review of this movie. Let me know if you'd also like me to do a review next time. Maybe you want to be seeing more reviews, so drop it in the comment section. And what kind of videos you also like to see. I have something coming up very soon. Okay, let me make this announcement. I did not intend to make this announcement before, but let me just make it. So guys, okay. Clap, 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 clap. So guys, I'll be having a guest on this channel. I'm super excited. I'll be having a guest very soon on this channel, so get prepared. Even if you have not watched other of my videos, make sure you watch this next one because it will be awesome. It will bless you. Okay, I'll not give details, but it will bless you. That is what I'll say. So if you've watched up to this part, God knows I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying up to this point. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for enjoying my content. I'll see you guys on my next one. It has been an exciting chat with you guys on here, and I would love to do this very soon. Thank you guys. Till when next I come your way, I love you. Keep being a baby girl, a baby boy. Keep being Abba's favorite. Keep expanding the kingdom of God. I love you, but God absolutely loves you more. See you on my next one, guys. Bye.